You know, I'm just wondering if there's any way that we could get the fire district on a matter of public safety maybe to recommend to the county commissioners that they consider reopening North Shore during times of emergency.
Well, in terms of emergencies, the fire department has keys to the
Well, I'm talking about access of the public in general. I mean, I've talked to 2 different county engineers who have said that road is safe for residential traffic. And what I'm looking at, I'm getting tired of my wife and my child being at risk every time we leave the home. We have these situations. I mean, I had my wife stuck up over here on Tavia Belfair, and I couldn't get to her. You know, and that's scary when you have your wife out there and she's in the elements and you cannot get to her. And I'm saying that we have a sea level access that the county engineers have said is usable for residential traffic that they refuse to open. And I think if we made a request, you know, from the fire district as a matter of public safety to allow, you know, sea level access to our properties.
What county engineers did you talk to?
Both of the chief county engineers, the one previous and Bob, the current one.
What were their names?
Bob Thuring?
Yeah.
I've got to go down there tomorrow.
That's not the story I get.
That's the story I've had. And I talked to both of them.
I have checked on that road myself. I've contacted Dix's office. They told me that the money had been released, I think in September, but you know, FEMA jerks them around because they are not totally accepting the engineer reports from the county. They have to go through Planko or whatever up there at Linwood. And then he sends back his report, then the county sends it to FEMA. I mean, we're just getting jerked around. There's
well,
no
I'm saying,
two ways
regardless
about
of what FEMA does or anything else,
okay.
what I'm saying is
I also, we checked, so if the federal government has released the money, if the county has done their job, which it appears they have, pretty much, then who's holding up things? So I checked with the state to see if they had a Homeland Security office. They do not, but Gregor has a liaison committee, and they've been at my house 3 times. They asked me to write a letter, and I don't think it was too bad. I sent that letter to her, I sent it to Dix, I sent it to Cantwell, to Murray, to Sheldon, okay? I have a friend who has had FEMA contact. FEMA in Pierce County apparently works pretty good. They actually ask you if you need help. I contacted her yesterday. She said, we can't help, we're Pierce County. But she did contact Mason County to see what they can do for us. I'm very concerned. We got 2,000 people out here. That bridge goes down, where do we go?
It's not just that, it's just, you know, we're having extreme situations.
I know we do.
You know, my wife and my child are important to me. If I can't protect them.
They said they could start that road anytime they get the money. They can do it at any time.
Well, I had heard from the county that they had money available.
Well,
when they started working on it in May.
we all agree that we'd like the road open. It's a county decision.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why can't we make a request by this board as a matter of public safety for the 2,000 residents out here? Because right now the county seems to be ignoring us. I called Tim Sheldon and I asked him about it, and he hung up on me. I mean, you know, that is just so rude. You know, I had a legitimate question from my county commissioner. He answered the phone. And as soon as I brought up, which is documented by 2 separate engineers, that this road is safe for residential traffic, he hung up on me.
You know, the other thing is that people do not abide by the rules and regulations. If passenger cars came through there, that would be fine. But then you have the trucks coming through like a bat out of you know where.
During the emergencies, though, I cannot see people running 18-wheel trucks up this road when you've got 2 feet of snow on it.
No,
I can see the SUVs and the RVs going through there, the local residents, but you know, that makes sense to me.
We all agree with your frustration, and we've written letters to Dix and everybody else. Your comments are better directed to the county that makes the decision. We don't make, I mean, we have no authority over their decision.
But we can have authority to make requests under county commissions. My understanding of local government, we do have that ability. That you as county commissioners, if you sign a paper as elected officials and you request the county.
They already have. Tom already said
We've done that.
We did.
All right, Brad, you got a
Yeah,
question?
just a quick one, taking off from John's comment there, which I think is a great comment. I think we're talking apples and oranges here too. I think we're talking about a permanent, Gene was bringing up, getting the road repaired for permanent use. I think what John's talking about, at least temporarily, and Craig would-
Emergencies.
yeah, in other words, we know a snowstorm's coming in here, we got a major weather problem. I think it would make sense to say, county, we think that this community needs to be able to access that lower sea level road when we have an emergency going on here. Open it up temporarily, like right before Christmas, we know all the snow was coming. It stays open. Once the snow goes away, you know, and the rains are gone, you close it back up and the signs go back up, they flip around. I mean, I think that's what the county commissioners could do if they were to make a motion, write a letter saying, we need this road open when we know we've got problems. Because otherwise, we got this other road here, basically, I received phone calls from people coming up the hill, this, what was it, the day after New Year's? No, it was Sunday, just this last Sunday, and they were sliding into ditches, and I thought, my gosh, these people, poor people are trying to get home. They could make it home down the sea level road, but they couldn't make it home going up that hill. And they're having to hike in the bad weather to people's houses, leave their cars parked in the road. It was a bad situation this last Sunday, so.
Brad, we have tried everything we can do to get them to get out of their inertia.
I disagree.
Yeah.
It's bureaucracy. I mean, you know what that is.
No, I
and,
think we're talking to.
We're talking about the permanent fix.
Right.
Because we're talking about an emergency when we have a severe situation like we've just gone through.
Well, then deal with the county.
No, we're asking.
Well, I tried to, but our county is hanging the phone up on me, and that's what I'm saying, if we have the authority of elected
Okay,
officials
wait a
out here
minute.
and board.
We're not gonna resolve this here. We agree with the frustration. We agree it ought to be open all the time, at a minimum, just a minute. We agree that it ought to be, if it's not gonna be open all the time, it ought to be open under extreme conditions such as snow. Now, we've tried to deal with them. You people are taxpayers and voters and everything else. Write them a letter. You can write them a
But
letter.
you're also our elected officials, you know, you were elected into your positions by the people in this area. And saying a letter from you requesting the county to open this road under emergency situations only. I'm not saying open it all the time,
I understand your point.
you know, and coming from you, that
Okay.
is something we can resolve today. If you guys would agree, you know, to write this letter and to ask them under extreme situations for the safety of the citizens that live out here.
All right, your time for your comments up. We all
I didn't
agree,
know there was a
just a
timeline.
minute. We all agree with your frustration, your time is up.
Well, why is there a time limit now? All of a sudden when I make a comment,
All right.
but you don't want to hear it.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I think there's a motion
Moved
that
and
we should be
seconded.
allowed
All
to
in
discuss
favor?
this issue.